All right, YouTube, here's another quick upgrade to the 2022 BMW X3 M40i. All right, so there's a lot of talk online about intakes for these things. Oh, you don't need them. It's kind of a sore subject, but like every other car that I've owned, I wanted to put an intake on this. And I did a little research, looked into MST, I emailed them. They said indeed it would fit, but I didn't see anybody else with a 2022 that's ran one that said it did work. So I didn't want to spend the $350 or almost $400 for the intake. So I've ordered parts through BMS, Berger Motorsports, before with the JB4 and wheel spacers, shit like that. So I did a little research, couldn't find anything for a 2021 or a 2022. I actually called ECS Tuning, and they said that the BMS intake was indeed compatible with the 2022 M40. So I went ahead, I ordered it, and after the fact, I got on BMS website and they don't show the part listed. So I emailed them asking them if the part that they sell on ECS Tuning was compatible with the 2022 X3 M40i. They said they didn't have any intakes available for it. So they weren't selling their own product or listing it online for sale through for the 2022 X3, but another website was selling their product. So I took a gamble with it, and when I got it, the packaging said for a G30 540i, and I'm like, oh shit, they sent me the wrong part, it's not going to be right. Well, I got back on ECS website, and it was also compatible with that car, but it shows being compatible with the G01 chassis. 2028 and plus. So I went ahead, I installed it, and like every other vehicle that I have, I do a few modifications. I do tuning, whether it's a flash tune or some sort of piggyback. I do the exhaust, I do the intake, I do the wheels, I do the window tint, and I do the ceramic coating. And people say, oh yeah, you lose power with the intake, especially with these B58s. You don't gain anything out of it, and you're wasting your money. Well, if you're gonna do a K&N filter, you got $60 for the drop-in air filter. For a little over $100 more, you can just get yourself an intake for it. So I went ahead, I installed it. Very simple process. First thing you want to do is you want to get this out of the way. 16 millimeter, 18 millimeter. Take this one completely out, loosen this up, just swing this bar over top the engine. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 T25 screws that you loosen up for the top part of the airbox. When you loosen them up, the screws actually stay in the top part of the airbox, so you don't have to worry about losing them. So once you do that, you just unscrew your clamp on your piping, and then that top box literally pulls right out with a little wiggling. Another thing, you want to unplug your sensor, obviously, and just move that out of the way. When you go to put your intake on, you're going to take the female end of your sensor and take it off the top airbox, and literally it bolts right into your housing here. Very simple. It's only 2 screws. Put your filter on and you're pretty much good to go. I did order a heat shield for it, so it's going to sit right over top. And I opted to leave the bottom part of the airbox in because it acts almost as a ram air, because you can look at the bottom of it and it runs down to the bottom of your car. it's hard to see, but it's in there. Well, anyways, it acts like a ram air, so it pushes the cold air right to your intake. Now, very easy install, like I said. And again, everybody says it, and oh, you lose power, you're just wasting money. It was a very simple install. It definitely gave the car a little more throttle response. It sounds a hell of a lot better. You can really hear the turbo spooling. And if you own a brand new BMW, you can afford to buy yourself a $190 intake. Whether you want one or not, that's your shit. But anyways, I'm impressed with it. Sounds real good. I just posted a video of a POV drive after this was installed. The video doesn't do justice as far as the turbo sound goes. And as far as power goes, I mean, on my butt dyno, maybe a couple horsepower, a couple foot-pounds of torque, but I'm not too worried about that. I know it didn't lose any power. I don't feel it anyways. So if you want any more insight, just shoot me a message. All right, thanks for watching.